Ms. Legalista here, aka Attorney Shelia. I tell you what, sometimes you have no idea what it is like to record these videos. Sometimes it just is not working. I got ready to record this morning. It's telling me my storage is full, so then I've got to go back and delete a bunch of videos off of StreamYard, which is what I use. In this video, I want to talk about Jodeci's DeVante Swing, how he fits into this whole lawsuit, this new lawsuit, latest lawsuit that was filed against Diddy by Joy Dickerson-Neal. How does Jodeci even fit into this? Let's talk about it. Yeah. I want to bring up the lawsuit here so that you can take a look at it. And I want to backtrack for just a second because I know some people are asking, hey, if this happened back in 1991 or whatever year it was, hasn't the statute of limitations passed? Well, New York passed this law that basically said, hey, this is the Adult Survivors Act. We're going to give you a year to bring forward these actions where you can sue these other parties who may have committed SA against you. And that's what people have been doing. At this point, I think they've said over 3,000 lawsuits were filed. It expired 11/24/2023, if I have my dates right. What you see in front of you is one of the latest lawsuits that was filed against Diddy in New York State here. All right, I'm not going to go through this whole video. What I really want to just talk about in this one is Jodeci and DeVante Swing and where he fits in with this. But like I said, this comes out of New York. This is Joy Dickerson-Neal. As I scroll down here, let me just tell you a little bit about this. She was actually a student at Syracuse, and she stated that he did some stuff that he should not have done. So let me just scroll down to it. So she's saying an incident happened that she did not consent to and that he recorded it. He recorded it. Well, she knew nothing about it because she said she felt like she had been drugged. And you can see here in paragraph 55, she says, because she had been drugged, plaintiff lacked the physical ability or mental capacity to fend him off. The next day, she had some pain here. Then she talks about how she broke down and shared it with a friend. And then here's where DeVante Swing comes in. He's a member of the R&B group Jodeci. For those of you who are my age, you remember Jodeci. For those of you who are a little younger, you may not know them. I'll take you to an Instagram fan page in a minute, and we can take a look at some of that. But Jodeci was a 4-member R&B group. It says here, shortly thereafter, DeVante Swing, a member of R&B group Jodeci, told plaintiff that Combs had filmed himself essaying plaintiff and had shown the video to Swing and others while working at the studio. Plaintiff asked Swing who had seen the video. He replied, everyone. Plaintiff was mortified as she learned that Combs had filmed the event there and knew it would haunt her for the rest of her life and career. Swing told plaintiff that he wanted to speak up against Combs, but he was fearful that the band would lose their record deal. Jodeci was in the midst of recording their studio album, Forever Lady, for which Combs was doing A&R. All right, so a little bit of background here. If I've done my research correctly, several of the members of the band, I think, were born around 1969, a couple 1971. So that puts them at around, 21, 23, maybe when this was happening. And she was a student at Syracuse. Now, one of the things that I noticed that she did not do that Cassie did she did a really good job of laying out this age difference between her and Diddy. And he was 37 and she was 19. And of course, then she was later older as the relationship went on. So she talked about this age difference here and how impressionable and young she was. Now, in this case, although we hear that Ms. Dickerson-Neal is in college, we don't know if this is her first year. We don't know if this is later. We don't get a good objective sense of what her age is. It's not quantified. I'm missing that piece in here. I wish they had been a little bit more forthcoming with that so that we could see, oh, well, she was this age, so she was young and impressionable also. But if you go back in time, he was also a lot younger then too. I don't think the age variance, the difference is going to be as significant of an issue as it was in the relationship between Cassie and Diddy, because there was that age gap here. Even Jodeci, you have DeVante Swing, you have Ms. Nickerson, Ms. Dickerson and Neal, And then you have Diddy, and there weren't these huge age gaps. But she says in this lawsuit that she felt really uncomfortable. I want to take you to this Billboard quote here so that you can get a feel for what happened after this, because this was 1991. You're sort of thinking, well, okay, but she could have said something later. And I'll talk about that in another video, other actions that we understand that she tried to take. What it looks like in this particular section of the lawsuit is that DeVante Swing was the one who spilled the beans about this tape and let her know that this tape was out there about her. Here's the Billboard quote, and you can see the credit down there at the bottom so that you can check it out yourself. So it says, beginning with debut album Forever My Lady in 1991, Jodeci charted its first of 3 number ones on Billboard's top R&B hip hop albums chart, followed by Diary of a Mad Band in 1993, and The Show, The After Party, The Hotel in 1995. All 3 were certified platinum. All 3 certified platinum. So let me stop here for a second, because here's the thing to think about. As you have this member of this, group, they've now met someone and they think they're on the rise. They've got a contract in place. And it's not just him, he's got 3 other members of this group also. So how hard does he push back against supporting her versus saying, hey, Diddy, you did this wrong thing and you need to clear this up? What is his role in this? The fact that he even shared this with her, I think, says something. I'm not sure what. It says something. So it's very likely he had his own contract that he was thinking about, the group's contract, I should say. So let me go on here. Following a hiatus, the group released its last album, The Past, The Present, Future, in 2015. 3-time Billboard Music Award honorees in 1992. That's just 1 year after this happened. And we don't even know at what point he shared the video with her. I have a sense that it wasn't too long after it happened that he told her about the video. For, let's see, top R&B album, top R&B song, and top R&B artist, Jodeci was inducted into the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame in 2012. So this is straight coming from Billboard. And like I said, you can see the link there. You can read the complete article there, so that if you don't know who Jodeci is, you can go get a better picture of who they are and get some sort of understanding of why she was saying, hey, okay, yes, they were on the rise and they had contracts in place too. And, maybe they didn't want to put those on the line, or DeVante. We're not clear whether or not the other members of the group knew about these videos too. So there are a lot of questions that are still unanswered about them. There's also this fan page. If you go to Instagram and you want to know who they are, you can also check out this Instagram. I came across. There are a couple of fan pages out there that you can take a look at. Here's one of them. Pull it up and you can see there, and you can scroll down. This one doesn't even have that many posts up here. It's not even that many, but hey, there are a couple of other ones out there too. They've actually got a link to their website. Now, I missed that. I don't know. Let's see. Share this tab. Let me open that up. Okay, so here's their website. Again, for those of you who are wondering who this is, I'm not trying to join the list, but here's the website. You can learn a little bit more about them. Apparently, they've got maybe this was in this past year. They've got merchandise here. I'd be interested in looking at the merchandise. We always got a Block Party Tour t-shirt. We always love the t-shirts, right? You've got a t-shirt with their name on them. Again, everybody's got their own merch that you can take a look at. Well, look here. See what happens when you go down the rabbit hole. We can see here, Jodeci performs at the 2022 BET Awards honoring Diddy. So yes, there was definitely a relationship there, and they built a lot with him in the beginning. And then I think most recently they've signed with P Music Group for management. That was something else that I had read about. So that gives you some sort of idea regarding who the group was and DeVante Swing's role in this. Like I said before, she named him in the lawsuit. He was the one who let her know. He was the one who spilled the beans. He was the one who spoke up and said, hey, this is out there about you. Hope that brings you up to speed about this lawsuit. I'm going to be covering some other things that are going on with this lawsuit. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss a thing, and Peace.